Welcome back to the Voice and Visuals of Amber that is just about to present Grammar in Action 15. Yes, I had told you that we will do the imperative sentence again and very quickly have a recap of its structure and then how to report it in indirect speech. I'm sure you can recall that we have taken up the imperative sentence first for the simple reason that an imperative sentence is always in direct speech and therefore it is the easiest, alright, of all the kinds of sentences to report in indirect speech. Let's begin. Let's look at the first sentence. Mandavi said, Radha, please help me. Now, obviously, the word please indicates it's a request. So, whenever we have a direct speech sentence, okay, so somebody's words can be reported in two ways. One, in the exact words of the speaker, so that is called direct speech, and the second one is the indirect speech, which we actually use more often because it's only while writing, or especially writing a conversation or a dialogue or a play, that we usually, or certain portions of a story or a novel or an article where we use the exact words of the speaker, that we use the direct speech. Otherwise, in real life, we always, or for most of the times, we have to report somebody else's words in indirect speech. So, Mandavi said. So this particular verb, said, is called the reporting verb, RV, reporting verb. And the exact words that Mandavi had said to Radha, or the exact request that she had made, so that is the speech which has to be reported. So it is called the reported speech. So Mandavi said, Radha, please help me. Now, please indicates it's a request. So we have to first look at the tense of the reporting verb. Here it is said. So said is in simple past tense. So even when we are reporting in indirect speech, the tense of the reporting verb will never change. But we will change the word, because in imperative sentences, either we request somebody to do something, or we ask somebody or tell somebody or advise somebody to do something, or we tell or ask somebody to do something, or finally we order or command somebody to do something. Okay, so Mandavi said, Radha, please help me. So now instead of said, we are going to use the verb request or requested. It has to be requested because the verb of the reporting, the tense of the reporting verb cannot change. So Mandavi requested. Now, whenever we use these introducing verbs or the reporting verbs in imperative sentences, it's always followed by the person being spoken to. That means it has to be used transitively. Mandavi requested who? Radha. So Mandavi requested Radha, and then we remove the comma and the inverted commas by just using what is known as the infinitive. That is to plus the first form of the verb together is called the infinitive. The infinitive is one kind of non-finites. So Mandavi requested Radha to help her. So it's always to plus the infinitive in the imperative sentence, and that is why it is very, very easy to do. It is very easy to report the direct speech in an imperative sentence in indirect speech. So Mandavi requested Radha to help her. let's look at the second sentence. The Prime Minister said, stay at home to be safe. Now again, this is said, but when we are reporting in the indirect speech, the reporting verb will always be transitive. That means it has to be followed by the object. Object, that is the person being spoken to. So when the Prime Minister made an announcement, okay, on TV or through his Mann Ki Baat on All India Radio, so the Prime Minister advised. So it's very clear it was in the shape or form of an advice. So said, simple past tense, so therefore advised also in the same form of the tense. Advised, now obviously advised the countrymen, advised us, advised Indians. Okay, to, we remove the comma and the inverted commas, so with the help of the infinitive. So the Prime Minister advised us to stay at home to be safe. Let's look at the third sentence. Nihita said, Mom, get me a new notebook. Now she is the daughter, so every time or on every occasion when the daughter tells his mother, her mother, or asks her mother to do something for her, it need not always be as formal as a request. Ma, lado. That's okay. You don't say, Ma, lado na please. Ma, anya devana please. No. So that please need not be there. It can be there in the tone. And so Nihita said. So here we can very simply replace said with asked. But this asked is the affirmative sentence asked. It's not a question. It's telling somebody to do something, all right, in a very polite tone. Okay? It need not be an entreaty or a plea or a very ardent request. Please, Ma, please get me a new notebook from the market. That would be very unnatural, isn't it? So Nihita asked who? Mom. So we can't say ask Mom because we use the word Mom or Papa only when we address our mother or father directly. So when we talk about them, then we have to replace it with mother. It can't be Mom. So the reporter is talking about what Nihita said to her mother. But then we replace said because otherwise, it will look very odd. Nihita said to her mother, to. So again, to, coming very close to one another, and that would make it a somewhat awkward sentence. So we don't use said to in imperative sentences, right? Because we have to again follow it with to infinitive, that is to plus the verb in the first form. Okay? So Nihita asked her mother or told her mother, but asked seems more polite, doesn't it? So Nihita asked her mother, alright, and we remove the comma and the quote with the infinitive to get her a new notebook. The class teacher said, Neha, leave the staff room immediately. Okay, so the tone makes it very clear that it is a command. It's an order. The class teacher is surely angry with Neha about something. The class teacher said, Neha, leave the staff room immediately. Okay, so here we could say ordered rather than told. But ordered and command now appears in a very, very autocratic. Okay, so we don't use it unless, of course, it's the commander, of a battalion. All right, then he would give the command. Okay. Squad, about, turn. So the commander of the group commanded his group to turn around. Okay, that is all right. But then the class teacher, okay, in a democratic setup does not really give a command. He may be angry, he can angrily ask or tell a student to do something. Okay? So the class teacher told Neha, but if you write ordered or commanded, well, in grammar it won't be regarded as incorrect. But in real life, okay, it would appear a bit too artificial. Right? So the class teacher told Neha to leave the staff room immediately. So it's very clear now why imperative sentence indirect speech is much easier than converting from direct speech to indirect speech an affirmative sentence or an interrogative sentence, because here in the other forms, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, any form of the past tense, there would be changes in the verb of the reported speech. But here, the verb will just be the same. It will be the use of the infinitive always. To help, to stay at home, to get her a new notebook, and to leave the staff room immediately. So it's easier. We just have to make certain changes, in the pronoun. So Radha, please help me. So me over here is used for Mandavi. So Mandavi, the speaker, has used it for herself. It changes to her. So Mandavi requested Radha to help her. Okay. Now here it's not required because us we have added. The Prime Minister must have advised the people. So us, we, the people. And then Nihita asked her mother to get her. So me, again, this me, get me. Me refers to Nihita, the speaker. So here, therefore, the reporter is talking about Nihita and the request or that she made, or what she told her mother to do. So Nihita asked her mother to get her. So me, the pronoun, first person pronoun, changes into the third person pronoun. And of course we have to keep the gender in mind. Alright, so Nihita obviously is a feminine gender, so here we have to use her and we can't use his. The class teacher said, Neha, leave the staff room. So here the no pronoun is involved, it's only therefore to, that is the infinitive, to leave. So changes do not occur, alright, in a variety of ways in the tense of the reported speech of the indirect speech in imperative sentences. We just have to use the infinitive. Okay? But in the other three kinds of sentences, you will see in the subsequent lessons that there would be changes in the verb of the reported speech as well. So that is why, because to plus the verb in the first form is common, okay, to all kinds of imperative sentences, or to all kinds of requests, all kinds of advice, all kinds of orders or commands, or all kinds of telling somebody to do something. So it will always have just infinitive, and that is why it is the easiest. So one thing we got to remember, the reporter has to remember that he or she cannot change the tense form of the reporting verb. It's simple past tense, so therefore in the reported or indirect speech, the word may change, but the tense will remain simple past. The tense will remain simple past. The tense of the reporting verb will remain simple past. And similarly here, said became ordered or told, alright, so it does not change. So that would be a big mistake if you make it. That is, never change the tense of the reporting verb in the indirect speech. Right? So that is all for today. So I'm sure now you've understood the structure of the imperative sentence. You is the subject which is not stated. I had told you that you. So when Mandavi tells Radha something, alright, she would not use the word you because she is maintaining that eye contact with Radha, or her body language will make it very clear to Radha that Madhuri is actually requesting Radha to help her. So in the same way, therefore you is never used, alright, when we have what is known as the request verbs or the command verbs, or when we have the imperative sentence. You, the subject, is understood and not stated. So that's all from the Voice and Visuals of Amba, Grammar in Action number 15. Stay at home, stay safe, and follow the advisory of the government and the local authorities. Take care. Bye-bye.